Live from Dallas-Fort Worth, this is WFAA News.
As we come on the air this midday, storms once again firing up across North Texas, moving in from our northwest. You can see a live picture from Dallas Baptist University here in Dallas and a very active radar there to the right-hand side of your screen. Now look, we have crews out monitoring those road conditions for you as well, driving across the area. This is a live look at I-35 in Carrollton. What you don't want to see, almost like a parking lot, okay? Traffic at a standstill. Traffic anchor Stacia Wilson also here with me in studio with what you need to know about that situation. Welcome to Midday. I'm Tashara Parker. More storms moving in now. So we want to start with meteorologist Greg Fields. We were talking about not only the radar, but also DFW International. Those slowdowns out there, what's going on?
It's been a mess out there, as we know, this week with the storms. It looks like that's starting again. We talked about it earlier this morning with those delays out at the airports, and we are seeing those delays taking you out to DFW with the showers and storms moving in. And you can see the planes kind of lined up there on the tarmac, up to 30 minutes now, but those will be increasing with the storms across the area here right now. 77 degrees you see out at the airport. So let's go to radar and let you know what's happening out there right now. A new flash flood warning for Collin and Denton County. You can see the storms moving right into Dallas right now, up toward Carrollton, getting on into Collin County as well. But we'll kind of zoom in on Dallas right now. You can see the thunderstorms from University Park all the way back down to Duncanville. So they're moving through Dallas County right now, sliding on up into Collin and Denton counties. We do have that flash flood warning in effect there. We've already seen 1.5 inches of rain. Probably another 1.5 inches to 2 inches is going to be possible. And you see that flash flood warning goes until 2 o'clock here this afternoon. Now we will slide a little farther north up along the Red River. Also a flash flood warning for Cook County. That also goes until 1:30 here this afternoon. So also 1.5 inches or more has already fallen. Could get upwards of another 2 inches of rain as well. So we do have the flash flood warnings. Outside of that, no severe thunderstorm warnings, maybe some small hail with any stronger storms that we do have. But we do have another cluster a little farther out to the west, pushing out of the Panhandle that may begin to impact areas out toward the Graham and Breckenridge here after midday today. So we'll watch that as well. But again, no severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. No watches either right now, but we'll watch these showers and storms as they start to get going across the area. So here's how things may look as we head into the afternoon hours. It's still going to have some rain and storms, I think, around as we head home a little bit later this afternoon, but it should begin to taper off a little bit. The storms maybe not going away entirely, but they will wane some as we get into the evening hours, and then we'll focus our attention out to the west as we'll have that next batch of storms moving in as we head closer to midnight. Now, we do have that slight risk for strong, severe thunderstorms, even though we haven't seen that yet. As we get into the afternoon hours today, the large hail, the damaging winds, and that enhanced risk can't rule out an isolated tornado or two in those areas. And so as you make plans for the rest of today, we're looking at showers and storms likely between now and, say, early mid-afternoon hours, heading into the early evening. Then it begins to taper off a little bit as we head toward the evening hours. So we'll have more rounds of showers and storms as we get into Friday, on into Saturday as well. So we'll talk more about that. But now let's get back out to Chris Sonnegy. You're live there up in Carrollton, kind of stuck in that backup. Chris, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Greg, it is not pretty if you're on I-35 northbound going through Carrollton. This is what we are sitting in right now. We did hit that weather that you were talking about when it passed through. It was a lot of heavy rain. It was some loud claps of lightning and thunder, and now the rain is gone, but the issues it causes on the road remain. We have seen some emergency vehicles arriving and everybody not moving very fast at all. The weather has passed through, but if you are planning on getting out on the roads will still be slick and they will be likely congested, especially if you're heading on 35, just because when we get that little bit of rain, it tends to slow everything down. So we will monitor the situation out here on the roadways. Stacia, I know you're doing the same in the studio.
All right, thanks, Chris. Yeah, unfortunately, I think you might be stuck in that traffic for a while. Here's a look at what you're dealing with along I-35 northbound at Dickerson. So you have an 18-wheeler that has just blocked all the main lanes there. You do have the express lanes open, but now that was the last time I checked. It's possible they may have even closed off a portion of that as they're trying to figure out how to clear this. We're going to keep you updated on that situation. I want to go ahead and show you the location, starting with our traffic map. The areas of red you're seeing are the areas where traffic obviously moving slower. Let's go ahead and add the radar to that, and you can see obviously the weather definitely impacting the areas where you have slower moving traffics. That accident happened in Carrollton. Again, I-35E northbound northbound right there at Dickerson. That storm system had just passed through, and now this 18-wheeler is blocking all the main lanes. So it does look like, yeah, it could be a while, obviously, before they get that cleared out. Other areas we're seeing problems south of that along 183 westbound at Loop 12. You can see a lot of ponding on the roadways there. That's not really slowing things down, but it's just another afternoon that we're leading into. You're going to have rainy conditions and road conditions that are affected as a result. Also want to just take a closer look at kind of where you're seeing that storm system. So it's also affecting areas in Denton, 380 in Prosper, Dallas North Tollway in Frisco, getting a lot of rain there. Then it's moving towards Central Expressway. Again, if you're going outside, I would definitely wait until you have a safer option as far as the weather. That might be a little while, but it is definitely a day where you're going to want to watch your speed and be safe.